Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Just jumping right into it here. I thought maybe I would show you a live example using the spread dots. I know I've got a bunch of indicators on this chart. Some of them are turned off. But what we're really looking at here is the spread dots. Now, you see price mark, I set true. These are the price marks over here. Now, how do I trade with the spread dots? Well, what I'm looking for here is a direction to trade. Now, you can see here, we've got a green D1, okay, on the candle color multimeter. And the wick zone is showing that the price is above the previous day's high. Okay, that's why it's bright green or lime green. And I just missed a trade here because you see we've got selling. So I have my 3-level ZZ indicator. And I've got the, on the 3-level ZZ, what I did was, the one I modified here, in the inputs, I set period 1 to 0. I don't want to see the 1 ball. I only want to see 2 balls and 3 balls. Okay, why? Because 1 balls push a lot more than 2 balls and 3 balls. And you can see these little diamonds. That's from the dynamic support resistance indicator. Okay, and I set the I periods to 13. The default is 5. Once again, I don't want to see the 1 balls. And then this is just the high dynamic holo indicator right here. So what are we going to do? When you see a 2 ball or a 3 ball, you are going to take the reverse trade. Now, price is above the previous day's high. Okay, I also have it marked down here. So it's already broken out, but it's failing to make newer highs. You can see here, we're 15 pips off the high. We're almost near the top of the hour. Got about 4 minutes. And what I'm looking to see if we can maybe get a holo trade out of this, or we're going to see if we can get a reversal. Technically, I could have taken this trade right here. A little hairy hindsight, but we're going to wait and see. You see, it was telling me it was selling. Now these are the mid dots, the previous candle's midpoint. And I use those also to gauge if I want to jump in the trade or not. So Harry hindsight here, as soon as he saw we got the buying trigger, could have jumped in that trade right there because you got the 3 ball. And then you just look for buying. Now somebody's going to say, but you know, it could turn around and go the other way. Well, that's just trading, just like right here. It turned around and went the other way. And this is pretty much pure scalping. Oh, and if you're wondering about these, that's an EA that I wrote just for me, just to close trades and to put in stop losses and take profits. But no, I don't give out EAs. So there's too many things that can go wrong. You know, one little coding bug or one little hitch in something and you can lose money. So no, I don't give out the EAs. And this is just a message coming from the 3-level ZZ indicator. Say you got a short bias because there's a 2 ball right there and you're 4 bars into the short bias. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is really all about the spread dots. And in fact, I'm almost thinking about just looking at this indicator, just this right here, selling the spread dots and just trading from that, not looking at anything else. So Right now, what we're looking for is, actually, what now what we're doing is we're waiting. We've got about 1 minute before we get a new H1. So we're going to look for that, and we got selling just happened. But you see it's above that previous candle's midpoint. So we're going to wait. What I'm anticipating is we get a little push up on the first minute, and then we come back. That's what I'm anticipating. But if that doesn't happen, we can break short. Okay, top of the hour. See, let's see if we can get this little push. And then I'm going to get ready to take a sell. So right here, you can see we're getting the push up, the 22.5. Okay, we're right there at that highest open. Now, normally on a holo trade, you're going to want a candle to open in the holo zone and be negative. So in my case, it'd be black. Maybe you use red. So we want a candle. We want a bull candle, or I'm sorry, we want a bear candle here in the holo zone, which, and I don't have today's high marked on the chart. I just have the gauge. See, we're 10 pips from the high. So now we put in a 2-ball. So on a holo trade, we want to take it right here. That's the trigger to enter. Okay, we got selling. And it looks like I may have missed that opportunity. We got 30 seconds left in this bar. Now let's switch to buying. See, remember, 3-level ZZ is a breakout. It's showing that it broke out. So you really don't want to reverse on this bar because it can go the other way. So what you want to do is wait. Here we go. There's the holo trigger. Oh, I missed it. We got some. So right now, if I get selling, I will click in. Whoops. That was a little early. I jumped the gun. I definitely jumped the gun on that one. So you see, that's what happens when you don't have perfect execution. But what I'm going to do is see if I can do it right this next time. See if we get some selling here. There's selling. Okay. You saw selling, even though it switched. As soon as you see selling, you want to sell. Even though it switched, it said, hey, you know what? Price broke that level, you sell. And as you can see now, we've got a little profit here. Okay, it opened under the previous middle and it's going down. That's good. So now I'm going to get ready to close out the trade if it goes into buying mode. And there we go. That was a very quick scalp. Now, of course, I could have waited to see if I could make more money, but I was showing you how to trigger out using the spread dots indicator, which is right there, TRO 2018 spread dots. Now, there was reasons to stay in the trade. One, we've got H1 and everything red. There's also, we didn't open above the previous mid dot. So that's a reason to stay in the trade. But once again, I was just showing you how the spread dots work to trigger into a trade. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. But, all that other stuff I talked about, that's just how I analyze whether the direction I want to trade and kind of like the where and when I want to trade. But the important thing is just you can follow the spread dots. So in other words, I knew I saw a 2-ball. I wanted my trigger, and as soon as it went to sell, and I jumped the gun here, but right here, I got the sell, or I could have taken the sell if I was just using the highest open, lowest open, but I was using the spread dots, and they guided me in, and I picked up a couple of pips. Now, somebody might go, oh, no big deal. Yeah, you made 2 pips. Well, if you're trading size, 2 pips could be $20 or $200 or even more. So, and if you do this, 10 times, that's 20 pips. And so what I would do here is I would wait to see if it came back in. But basically, I want to trade off of a 2-ball or a 3-ball. Okay, and the reason I traded off the 2-ball here was because once again, we're above the previous day's high, but we're not making a new high. We made a lower high. And so we take that reversal. So I hope that helps. And as always, fellow traders, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. TheRumpledOne signing off to continue draining the banks.